regular job. I'm tired of it.
Me either.
I don't want to.
I hate it. It's the worst.
I don't want to participate in mainstream society.
Something's coming through speakers, isn't it?
Through the speakers?
Oh, I thought I heard it.
No, you're probably hearing it from your headphones.
Whatever.
I'll just keep mine away from me. I just don't deal with them.
I'll put them on me I like to hear myself.
Yeah. So this
How you all you sexy ladies
It was a big week this week, I think. A lot of stuff happened.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Well, this is Space Force. Unique podcast experience. White guys talking about movies. I'm Kyle.
I'm Sean. I'm a white guy.
Today is actually St. Patrick's Day, though.
Who?
Yeah, you know, he's a British guy. He got captured as a slave.
By who? Vikings?
And they brought him to Ireland, Dublin, while it was controlled by the Vikings.
In Ireland, I'm confused.
And he decided to become a Christian. He got back to England. He's like, yeah, Christianity's dope. I love it. Then he came back to Ireland and he's like, hey, you fucks. Have you heard about Jesus? And so he's the patron saint of Ireland.
Also, didn't he get rid of snakes or something?
Yeah, he drove some snakes from Ireland. Which I think is probably a metaphor for driving, like, the paganism from Ireland.
What? Metaphors? I don't like metaphors in my religion. I think everything be very straightforward and clear cut.
Oh, well, you're not going to like any religion.
I take it literal, the Bible. Is that really not supposed to?
Nope, they don't like that. Or do they do like it? Or, well, no, they take it literally. Well, no, if you're arguing with someone on the internet who's a Christian, they'll take it literally at first, but then when you call them out, they'll say, oh, no, it's
allegory.
Yeah, because they're intellectually dishonest. But it wouldn't be an episode of Space Force without talking about Ireland. So
we haven't talked about wrestling in a while, too. We should probably talk about that.
Oh, we might, because I got some stuff to say about old school wrestling. Prospect of United Ireland, I think, is looking pretty good finally.
Is it?
Well, I mean, so there's a clause in the Good Friday Agreement that if a majority of Northern Ireland wants to leave the United Kingdom, there must be a vote on it.
Is that because they stole it? The majority of Northern Ireland did vote to remain with the EU, right?
Correct. So with Brexit not working out, I wonder how they'd feel about voting on a United Ireland. Yeah, because Scotland and Northern Ireland didn't want to leave the EU because it benefits them quite a bit.
I don't think a single county in Scotland voted for it.
No, remember when they barely didn't get independence though?
Yeah,
that was weird. But there's a lot of people in southern Scotland, I guess, that are basically unionists that really love England and stuff.
Right on the Hadrian's Wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Chucky our law, I guess our day will come. It's maybe going to happen just because England fucked up real bad. Because of xenophobia and populism and all that dumb shit that doesn't work. Great job, England. Clapping for you. They did to themselves.
No, don't great job, England. They're about to plunge the world economy into a recession.
And we helped.
It's and we help. Oh, that's not a very good Russian. Hold on.
and we help. We help.
And we help.
Yeah, so that's cool. That's a good thing about St. Patrick's Day. I see you wearing green. It's like olive green, though.
Yeah, it's olive green. It's olive green shirt I own, actually. Yeah. I found that out this morning. I used to actually have an Irish national soccer team shirt, but it started to get like BO stink even after.
Yeah, I had one that had the tricolor on it, and then it said Chucky our law. And then I had like a raised fist in the white part because it was an IRA shirt basically. But I wore it not last year but 2 years ago to a local festival we have here in Arizona, and it just got ruined while I was there. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Festival.
Yeah, is that what it's called? Yeah, I think that is.
It's going to be there this year.
Yeah, the year I went.
And Cube.
I went to see Future.
Now you're back.
I went to see Future, and it was pretty wild. That was the old days though when I still partied. Now I'm not allowed to party because
your liver's bad.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
blood test came back.
My blood test came back from the doctor. Things are looking bad. If I have one more drink, my liver will explode.
He's like Nick Cage in was Leaving Vegas.
Yeah.
Leaving Las Vegas.
Leaving Las Vegas.
Yeah, you got it right.
It was like Nick Cage and Into the Spider-Verse, which I finally watched last night.
We watched On the Slime with the kids again. It was really good, right?
Yep, it's the best Marvel movie that's been made. The whole time I was watching it, I was like, damn, wouldn't it be cool if the MCU movies actually had any kind of style or substance to them? Except for Guardians of the Galaxy, of course. Even Guardians of the Galaxy suffers from using the same special effects studio, the same lighting, you know what I mean? It still looks pretty flat. Oh, Thor Ragnarok as well, but same problems, just because all Marvel movies look like fucking concrete most of the time. Because, I don't know, they can't possibly do anything interesting. Like, I understand there's different limitations between live action and animation, so it's not going to be as psychedelic or push the limits of movement like Spider-Verse, but fucking just some of the camera angles they use in Spider-Verse. Marvel, could you try using different camera angles so it doesn't look like a fucking TV show?
Yeah, there's some really interesting like tracking shots they did with Spider-Man and Miles are really cool. Also,
or when Gwen Stacy's like,
love it because I really enjoy. I grew up reading Spider-Man like that in the 90s, and it's like, that's a straight 90s Spider-Man movie.
And then also Ultimate Spider-Man was great when it came out in that long run with Bendis, and that's kind of what this is too.
Spider-Man is definitely more Peter B. Parker than Peter A. Parker.
Yeah, well, I think I saw that Peter B. Parker is from 616, so that is like the Spider-Man.
Ah, sweet.
He's just like older.
That's my guy.
Yeah, he just has a bummer future.
Like, well, I mean, there's...
Because 616 is the regular Marvel Universe, right?
Yeah, it's regular.
Yeah, Earth 616. So this is some nerd talk for you guys.
Yeah, we're talking about Police Story. Alright, I guess let's get to the movie.
Well, no, I want to complain about Marvel movies some more as through Spider.
Marvel movies like every episode.
It's so offensive, man.
It's not offensive.
So culturally offensive. It's just lazy as shit. Just like
fucking DC movies are lazy as shit.
No, Guardians or Suicide Squad 2 is gonna be great. I heard he's gonna have like King Shark in it and like Polka Dot Man and stuff. It will be cool because he took like obscure weird ass shit in Guardians of the Galaxy and made it fun and interesting. And like a lot of the characters in Suicide Squad are like basically blank templates that he can put personalities on.
Yeah.
I hope he has like Captain Cold in it though. That dude's dope in Injustice, the fighting game.
I do like Captain Cold.
And yeah, I guess that about takes care of the news for the week. Oh, for some reason I watched The Last Jedi again too.
Oh, I haven't seen that in a long time.
I hadn't seen it since the theaters, which it's still not like a very good movie because it's like a toy commercial, you know?
That's true, all Star Wars movies. But yeah. Complain about it so that we get a lot of hate on the internet.
Oh, no, I'm actually going to say, fucking Marvel, the cinematography in The Last Jedi is fucking spectacular. Disney, what the fuck's going on? Like, why does every Marvel look like concrete garbage? And Last Jedi looks amazing.
Well,
I also saw that Last Jedi had like an eighth of the special effects shots in that Infinity War does. I think that might be the big fucking problem. If everything's just being done by a visual effects studio and like your actions being directed by visual effects studios, like all that shit, like fucking it's gonna look bland and boring and the same in every movie, and which is the case. Anytime there's an action scene in Marvel movies, my brain turns off.
I mean, speaking of action scenes in movies, Police Story.
Yeah, we watched Police Story, and let me tell you, the first thing I thought of when I started watching it, this is I guess tangentially related. I was like, man, how come no one talks about Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon anymore? Because that movie was cool, and it won awards and shit. And then now it's like it doesn't exist.
Yeah, no one remembers it.
Oh, they made a sequel or something for Netflix, right?
Yes.
Or a prequel.
I didn't watch it. I don't care.
Yeah, and it's not Ang Lee didn't direct it, so.
Oh man, I really don't care.
And I don't think Chow Yun-Fat's in it, or Zhang Ziyizong, or Maggie Chung, who's also in Police Story. Whoa! She's also in one of my favorite Chinese language films of all time, In the Mood for Love.
Are you in the mood for love?
There's not like a lot of karate in that one or anything. It's more of a serious drama, but also beautifully shot. Directed by Wong Kar-wai. Maybe they'll get him to do a Marvel movie. No, he likes art. And then, man, right out the gate too, I like, so in any other movie it'd be lazy writing, that is just like the police briefing for all the exposition.
Yeah.
But I don't
know, like on one hand it's kind of lazy writing, but they're not, They're just gonna throw you straight into the action here.
I like how intense it is too.
Right, and like even like they're real close on like all the bad guys' faces, and they have so many like they're filming them from.
The cameras will even like zoom in on them.
Yeah, I think it is like a special forces or like a sting operation that they're like, keeping tabs on these guys. So I guess it's kind of lazy writing. It's just an exposition dump, but it's like an exposition dump to get you somewhere really quick into the movie.
Yeah, because we're not concerned about the history of this.
This is going to be about 40 minutes in after, or maybe like 30 minutes in, somewhere towards the end of the first act, beginning of the second act, after you've been introduced to the characters. And here's the bad guys. Here's Jackie Chan.
Yeah, that's all we needed. No, yeah, like I said, any other movie it could be seen as lazy. But no, it works in this movie because whatever, you don't care about the lives of these goddamn criminal scum. You just want Jackie Chan to fight them. And yeah, this is fucking Dude Chu. He's a fucking dickhead drug dealer. This is his new secretary. We don't know how much he knows. It's Maggie Chung. Fucking let's get him. I forgot. Since I haven't watched this movie in a long time, or really any Jackie Chan or some of the other like Hong Kong works that are coming around that time period, I forgot how fucking just reckless they are with the stunts and shit. Like they'll just do whatever.
Yeah.
And like that's so
Jackie
cool.
Chan jumped on this third-story building into this gazebo.
Well, the thing for me is when they're just that shanty town, they're just driving cars through it, and there's fires starting everywhere, and you can tell they're not controlled fires, and the extras are just running all over the place. I mean, people are gonna die.
Well, I mean, even in, like the terms of if you go by into the story, right? Like they're in this shantytown village, and they're gonna bust this drug kingpin, and they don't give a fuck about any of the people.
No, they're like, these are just bum ass scrubs. We'll put them in an internment camp. Oh, this is mainland China. Sorry,
this is Hong Kong.
Yeah, so their sting operation, it falls apart really quick, just because. I guess there's usually not tons of random workmen around, Because the one dude's just like, what the fuck? This dude out there with binoculars looking at shit?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, their cover gets blown real quick. Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm gonna go buy some tea. Hey, there's a dude with binoculars. I think there's a problem going on.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. And then Jackie Chan's like, I will also buy some tea. And he was like,
I just want some coffee. And he's like, no, we're cover's blown. No, coffee, Chan. Coffee.
No, we're gonna die. They got us.
The other thing I noticed is there's like one studio that dubs all these Chinese or Japanese or these Asian movies in the 80s.
Did you watch the dub?
I watched the dub.
Oh, I should have done it.
The dub is the same studio that did those old Transformers, like Headmasters and Master Victory shows.
Oh, designers.
That is the chief.
Really?
Jackie Chan's boss or lieutenant is that dude. Mr. Chan.
Mr. Chan. We really need to look out for these criminals.
Yeah.
I should have watched it. I should have watched it dubbed because that's how we watched it as kids, definitely. But I didn't think of it. I was like, I don't watch dubs anymore. Interesting. There was still, even in the original version, there's still a lot of obvious ADR work. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if it's just because the live sound wasn't very good.
That shantytown, I don't know how they would hear any audio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or if there's like dialects that some of the actors had that. Like, oh, this won't work in a mainstream Chinese audience, so the ADR, but there's still some obvious ADR in the Chinese language version.
I'm curious to see how one particular scene translates later on, but we'll get to that.
Okay. So they have the craziest shit in this shanty town. There's a gunfight. The gunfight's kind of like whatever. It's an 80s movie. There's people popping around corners and shooting. And at first I was like, I could have sworn this was more intense. What's going on? And then, fucking all the drug dealers try to escape, and the roads are blocked, and they just start driving through the shanty town, and Jackie Chan's like, me too. And I was like, oh yeah, this is what it is. So they blow through all that shit. And seriously, there's extras running everywhere. You can tell they don't even know exactly where to go.
Oh shit!
Because they're just jumping through like actual buildings, not buildings, but structures they made. Yeah, it's like, oh my god!
Everybody just running around doing crazy shit. Mm-hmm. It's like Futurama when they have Zoidberg's uncle, He's like, what's the matter with you in the background? You can't throw a pie.
Yeah. It doesn't mean you can't be funny in the background. It was serious drama. Harold Zoid.
Does in the sub does Jackie Chan have a little quip, a little one line he throws at the secretary as he arrests her and ties her to the car? He's like, "You watch the car."
No, he does say something kind of like
Quippy,
a little bit quippy, but it's just kind of like it was more just like, "All right, you stay here."
And the dub is like, "Look after the car."
Look after the car. That's pretty cute, I guess. Yeah, so they use multiple cars for this stunt, as you can tell, because there's parts where they're like fucking eating shit in their car, like it's flipping over, but then cut to the next aspect of it, and it's still just cruising along nicely. So they're just blowing cars up everywhere. Oh, if you at the end of the movie too, you can see in the credits like they show a lot of accidents.
Yeah. I like Detective Sergeant Jackie Chan when he crashes down and then somehow his car rights itself.
Yeah, it's straight down.
Yeah.
And the drug dealer's car before that did the same thing, and they showed it like actually just be fucked, but not Jackie's. It's magically just right.
It's not Jackie Chan's car.
Yeah, but I mean the cars are all wrecked. The drug dealers make a run for a bus, and
you make your getaway on a fucking
city bus, a double decker too.
Fucking, people are just shooting wildly. Like, there had to be so much collateral damage.
Well, yeah. Also, even while I was watching the movie as like a bystander of sorts, I was like, I don't know who the bad guys and good guys are. I guess they're all in like jumpsuits, and the criminals all have like suits on. But I don't know. I feel like you just really easily just shoot someone else in like narrow corridors. And
yeah, there's one point where someone pops around the corner. I'm like, I don't know if it's a cop or not. And he shoots him. I guess he wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. It's like I don't know. I guess we'll find out later. Like God sort him out. Is that because you think all Asian people look the same?
No. There's a little legitimate point later on where the dude pops out when Jackie Chan has the secretary and he's protecting her, and the killer pops out and then she rips his mask off. I'm like, hey, it's one of the fucking cops.
It's the goofy guy. Yeah. Obviously, that's not the truth. Also, one of the cops, his pants get really sweaty.
He's been drinking a lot of water, so he's got really clear feet.
No, actually,
he hydrates.
Yeah. It's so he shoots one of the criminals. I think. He had a suit on, so I think it was a criminal.
And glasses. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then he wets himself, and I really like the camera work for this, where he shoots the guy, and you see how shaky he is, and the camera like moves in on his crotch and it's like and then cuts away. Like he just had to know he peed himself. And I was like, that was good. Like Jackie Chan knew what he was doing. Oh, this is the first movie that his production company made.
Is this the first movie he directed to, or?
No, I don't think it might be the first movie he directed. I'll have to check. It is 1985, which I think is when his directorial stuff started. And Police Story is kind of like it's
a big deal.
Yeah. Perhaps.
Nah, it doesn't matter. Move on.
I mean, yeah. Plus, like, he's directing all the stunt teams in his other movies before that, at least. So, like, he's doing most of the work, anyways. Yeah. So it's time for the bus chase. It's famous. Jackie Chan like hooks onto the bus. He's like running on top of the cars, lifting his legs up to avoid trucks. And these gangsters, there's something about martial arts movies where like fucking dudes in these movies like really just kick. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they're really kicking the shit out of each other sometimes. Where like like when you see a kick, it's
there's
like
a lot of weight behind that.
Yeah, it's like that's a real fucking kick.
That kick snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can tell like they're not actually connecting, but
they sell it so well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just. Yeah,
especially when they're like when they're on the second level, and he's getting down at him.
He's like all the way out the window and just like no,
he's like, I'll take that fucking shit out of you.
Yeah, and then
like they have a lot of pen and
yeah,
this is their chance to get it out.
And then one of them runs down to the second or the first story of the bus,
like full on. Like
he tries to drop kick him out the window. Like this dude almost goes all the way out the window, and Jackie Chan luckily just dodges it and comes in another window. But he's just like fuck you.
It reminds me of like Danny Trejo talking about why he doesn't do his own stunts and like why it would because like it'll shut down production for a movie. Mm-hmm. And like there had one wrong move and that dude just goes right out the window.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure people are getting fucked up all the time, right. But this is like they train their whole lives to do this. It's different than like Tom Cruise, who has to do all his own stunts now, and he's an old man, so he's like breaking his foot, like doing jumps and stuff, and he'll never be able to make another movie like that again because his insurance payout for that was like $40 million for his broken foot. No one's gonna cover that shit, which is good because Tom Cruise is starting to look like a fucking goddamn Nosferatu. Anyways,
that's what Scientology does.
I guess he looked like relatively Tom Cruise-y for a long time, but no.
Tom Cruise is starting to melt.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna be the mummy in the next movie. It's me, the mummy.
It's me,
the mummy. But
you're Tom Cruise.
Yeah, but so yeah, Tom Cruise is a joke. That stunt shit he does is just, I feel like it just causes problems for actual stunt teams. Just because he wants to be like a big tough guy.
That's what. Well, I mean, the entire Mission Impossible movie is just about him wanting to be tough and run around.
Yeah, climb mountains and hang out helicopters and shit. Whatever. Jackie Chan and his team are a legit stunt team. This is like generations of tradition, starting like in the theater, carrying on into film. Like they came up with a lot of like. So this movie is basically like dudes versus glass, right? Like everyone's just breaking glass and like his stunt team is one of the people that first like revolutionized like using blown sugar for like sugar glass and stuff. So like this is legit stuff. This is their whole career is built around this shit. So that's why they're able to do all this great stuff, not like Tom Cruise and all the other jokes. I feel like stunt shit doesn't get any respect anymore. I mean, it's not utilized very often anymore at this point because CGI. But all you ever hear about is like the bad stuff, like when someone dies on the set of The Dark Knight Rises, or the lady who got paralyzed on Mad Max.
Yeah,
I feel like in the 80s and 90s, it used to be like, yeah, fucking this dude broke his leg doing this stunt, but then he just did it anyways. Fucking stunt team's badass. The stunts are great. Like everything Jackie Chan is just about how like indestructible he is and the crazy shit he can do, which is fun. Nowadays, it's just like, people can't be doing stunts anymore. We gotta get to CG in there.
Well, they'd say, well, Tom Cruise, he'll jump off a building.
Yeah, and then everyone's like, well, he did it. And I don't care if fucking Tom Cruise did it. I know you digitally de-aged him in the movies. I saw candid pictures of him with his shirt off. He looks gross.
How much of the budget goes to de-aging Tom Cruise?
Quite a bit. I'm gonna guess. So, I mean, just think about how much money they spent on special effects anyways. Even though Mission Impossible is like real stunts, it's all touched up.
This is Space Force. No longer talking about Police Force, but we're talking about Tom Cruise.
We're talking about Police Story and why it's better than the bullshit that gets made these days. I mean, Space Force is, from my experience editing our own podcast, the Space Force is mostly about me complaining about modern movies. I'm a grumpy old man. And let me talk to you about PewDiePie. I actually do have a lot to say about
PewDiePie?
The shooter in Christchurch said subscribe to PewDiePie right before he started shooting. Which is, his manifesto is all a bunch of shitty memes, too. I think we talked about this last week, how I'm tired of this culture that is just express itself in memes.
Go fuck yourself.
Fucking read a book. That's mine.
Yeah, mother. I'm like, the Unabomber had a goddamn legitimate manifesto.
Yeah, he'd spend time on it. But, whatever, the shooter's a piece of shit, he's just who you'd expect. And him saying subscribe to PewDiePie, I don't think that necessarily, PewDiePie is just he's the new Hitler or anything like that. But what was disturbing to me is the night of, when all of PewDiePie's fans found out that happened, they were immediately like, we gotta find a way to spin this, we need damage control, we gotta protect PewDiePie, this is more important than any of the victims or anything that happened. And I was like, I
don't understand a group of people being so invested in
a person,
PewDiePie that they need to be like their unpaid spin PR team.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. It's they call those cults.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean,
Man, people just don't have shit to believe in anymore. Yeah,
it's the cold personality shit.
So it's all TV show. It's Game of Thrones, PewDiePie, and Marvel Cinematic Universe.
And really, what it should be is Space Force, Space Force, Space Force.
Yeah. Name the top 3 content anything's in the world right now.
We got McVenture Productions, Space Force, and we got McVenture Productions.
Fucking Space Force, Space Force, Space Force, Space Force, and Space Force. Tell your friends.
We got a Patreon, guys.
Hey, come on.
Anyways, Jackie Chan.
Yeah, so anyways, we'll get back to being grumpy old men, I guess. I actually feel like I have legitimate concerns about
PewDiePie.
Well, just the weird behavior that's starting to take place because of the emptiness in our society. But luckily, when we were kids, we had Police Story. We gave us something really to believe in. I feel like there is like a lot of satirical, like the police are fucking dumb in this movie, which is weird because Jackie Chan's such an authoritarian now. Like it seems weird for him to be like, yeah, the cops are
Kyle.
Yeah,
when people get old and rich, they become conservative.
Yeah, he was young and rebellious in this. Yeah. He's actually like 29 or 30 in this already, and it's like, damn, man, I don't think I could be like jumping through windows and shit.
Well, I'm a little bit older than that.
Mm-hmm.
I can jump through a window.
I guess.
I got one window.
I got one window. So the bus scene, he gets Chu, the main drug dealer. He tries to bribe him, and Jackie Chan's like
his second in command, like Crazy Wang or Crazy Wing,
something like that. We don't see.
He doesn't seem that crazy, though.
Yeah, we also don't see too much of him after.
I was hoping for like a prolonged fight scene with Jackie Chan and Crazy Wing, but
nah. But man, there's a couple really good fight scenes in this movie. So the bus shit is cool. I like it. I just like Jackie Chan doing like, I bet I could hang off an umbrella off that bus and do some stuff. And he's like he's really good at physical comedy.
He's like a vaudeville actor.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like even later on when he's doing like the phone juggling stuff.
Yeah,
and
that comedy scene's a little. There's some misplaced comedy scenes, but.
Yeah. Some of it's kind of goofy, but I don't know. I'm just like, whatever. He was having fun.
I actually really enjoy seeing like a straight like comedy movie from Jackie Chan.
Rush Hour.
Well, like one that he
like an actual Jackie Chan movie. Most of his
Kung Fu Hustle or Soccer, but Jackie Chan's
Stephen Chow.
Stephen Chow, yeah.
Well, I mean, most of Jackie Chan's movies are.
Like Drunken Master, I guess.
Comedic.
Yeah.
They like have sort of serious story, but like not too serious. Lighthearted, fair.
I just think that China should do a remake of Anchorman, and Jackie Chan will play the Ron Burgundy role.
Man, what would be cool is if they did a version of Police Story that was like deathly serious. Like it was a real like. I mean, it's still martial arts.
Like a melodramatic series.
No, not melodramatic. Like, it's actually, like, fucking get, Jung Woo Pak, who did The Old Boy and stuff, have him remake Police Story. And, like, make it real serious, like, treacherous, like, scary shit. And then still have the coolest fight scenes.
What is the original name? Crime... Infernal Affairs. Infernal Affairs, that's what it is.
Yeah, the one that Departed copied?
Yeah.
I guess, it's still, that one's more melodramatic than it is actually. Whatever. Police Story is fine. I actually really do like it a lot. While I was watching it, I was like, man, I miss watching movies where it's just like, this dude's just gonna beat some people up.
Yeah, I don't know, I really, at some point, I just fell out of watching kung fu movies. But
well, I just haven't, like I said, like I think Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was the apex, but it had a lot of elements in it that kung fu movies tried to recreate at that point that weren't actually that inherent or interesting to kung fu movies, like the epic, like romance, or a lot of them became allegories for the rise of communism in China, like Hero, which is all about just how great China is.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what like turned me off of them in my adulthood. But I keep watching this. I'm like, man, I can go back, fucking watch like
some of those old Shaw. Well, I mean, the old Shaw Brothers movies are not like communist propaganda.
No, I was like, shit, man, I need to watch more kung fu movies. Yeah, because remember we had like Japanese and Chinese channels where we grew up, and they would have they'd have kung fu movies on all the time. And like, man, this is a big part of my childhood. I remember I wanted to be like a stuntman for most of my early childhood.
I just wanted to be like a guy that travels around and rights wrongs with his fists.
No, I wanted to be like the dudes that like got to be in Mortal Kombat as Sub-Zero and Scorpion, but we're not like actual actors, but like fucking new karate and jump around. Yeah, I was like, yeah, that'd be fucking cool, being a Jackie Chan movie. So yeah, it's great. It was great watching this, and I would fucking love kung fu movies again. I guess
where the bus scene stuff.
After the bus scene, okay, they're gonna put this guy on trial. They don't have a lot of evidence,
which seems really strange.
Yep.
Considering the motherfucker just blew town.
Well, also, what was the sting operation about? I guess they were gonna have to get him to sell him drugs or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It fell apart.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense, but they do have a key witness, which is Maggie Cheung, and
they have like some convoluted plan to make her seem like she's cooperating when she really isn't.
You're right. They're trying to convince the other dudes in the orbiting around Chu that, oh yeah, no, she's into it. She really wants to
cooperate.
Yeah. Jackie Chan is gonna protect her because he's like the new star cop.
Yeah, and they're gonna turn him like a hero cop.
Yeah, he's doing PR stuff. Yeah,
the entire time I thought of Scrubs and you need an EKG, G.
Yeah. I just, for me, I was just like, yeah, this seems like China.
It seems like America, too.
Yeah, I mean, any of these weird fucking imperial powers with their weird propaganda.
China's not imperial, Kyle. They're communists.
Okay. Okay. Venezuela's a socialist country, too, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Anyhow, there's this weird scene where they have Jackie Chan and the lawyer leave because they want to ask Maggie Cheung some questions directly, and then they just stand around. Are they just trying to confuse the lawyer and stuff?
Confuse the lawyer and everything she's cooperating to, because like she goes out and she's like, they didn't say anything to me. It's like, you can tell me. You can tell me. I'm the lawyer and I got a really crafty plan. Hold on, let me get my wig.
That makes sense. Yeah, which I guess is, I don't know what. When it first happened, I was just like, "What is this weird interrogation technique? Are they trying to get her to open up first? Like maybe she's just like, all right, this is getting pretty uncomfortable. So, he loves drugs. I saw one guy, he put a knife in a bag, he sniffed it, and he's like, yep, these are drugs, and he loved it." Because that did happen in the beginning of the movie.
That's the extent of the knowledge I know.
He's got a big phone, a big cell phone. Not too many people have those. He's a drug dealer.
Zachary Morris.
Drug dealer. Famous drug dealer. They call him White Boy Zach.
Well, White Boy Zach. He's got crack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had a band, I believe, it was called Crack Attack.
Mario Lopez, but he's AC Slater. He's Mario Lopez, but he's AC Slater. He's Mario Lopez, but he's AC Slater. He's 28 Days Slater.
28 Days Slater. That's like any time he had his period, he became AC Slater. That was like the joke, I think.
I think he had a chip in his head.
Oh, but maybe that just the what is it called? The
subconscious? What are you sub?
Well, I feel like it was intentional that it was supposed to mirror menstruation.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe I just might have made that connection in my brain and I ran with it because it's been 15, 20 years since that was on the internet. Classic stuff. That's about it for like the police part. Now it's time for Jackie Chan to get up to his old antics.
He's gonna be weird for the next hour.
I like it though. It's fun. It's like when they get to her apartment and he's like trying to scare her in the windows and stuff. I was like, man, what did this movie turn into? Yeah, so she doesn't want his help. And he's like not super into the job, but he's got a job to do because he's super cop. I mean, not yet, but he will be super cop. She's like, whatever, you nerd, and like locks him out of her apartment by stepping on his feet and getting a head bonk. And this is more great physical comedy from Jackie Chan. Like, he's really good at it. Like, fuck Jim Carrey. Jackie Chan's way more interesting because I don't know, the way he moves his body is really interesting to me.
Chris Farley is better at physical comedy than Jim Carrey.
I don't really like Jim Carrey. I thought he was cool in Ace Ventura when we were kids, but then I never liked The Mask. And
I like The Mask. I like his first few movies: Ace Ventura, Mask, Ace Ventura 2, When Nature Calls.
When Nature Calls.
I'm missing something, right?
I don't know. The number 23.
Oh, liar.
The number 20. This
Sure as fuck, no one is saying the number 23.
number.
Fingerling.
What is this? This goddamn 23.
Everything's 23.
What does it mean? I'm Clint Eastwood in this movie. Jackie Chan though is funny. I mean, it was goofy like when he's trying to scare at the window, but it was funny. He's like, rawr. Maggie Chung slips into something a little bit spicier.
Oh.
She's got like 80s like casual lingerie on. Yeah. It's like cute though. I like the style actually. Like when she
The little like silky boxer shorts.
yeah, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I don't see that too much. It'd be interesting if someone could bring that back. I feel like that'd be like a Lady Gaga thing to do.
You hear us, Lady Gaga?
I've got some.
You know Bradley Cooper. He's got a girlfriend. We're gonna talk to you about the other day.
Oh, is that real shit?
Fucking
Oh, I don't know. Bradley Cooper's dark.
I heard that Bradley Cooper, this is when I worked in Scottsdale, and then apparently he used to eat at the Neaters across the street from where I worked. And someone came back from lunch one day and was like, Bradley Cooper got attacked at the Neaters across the street.
Yeah.
Apparently he was eating lunch at a booth, and like some woman was like really into Bradley Cooper and like continually was getting closer and closer to him, and eventually just dove over the booth and like grabbed him. I don't know if this is true.
Yeah.
That's my.
If it did happen, I mean, I could see it happen, and it seems like it's a weird life to be that big of a celebrity.
I don't know if I don't know.
Well,
Maybe I don't want this podcast.
I'm about to find out. This is my goal. I'm gonna direct the next remake of A Star Is Born.
At number 10.
Yeah, they just keep getting closer and closer together. So I figure give it 2 years.
Flip it around. You're gonna be the Lady Gaga this time. Who do you want to play Bradley Cooper?
Who do I want to play Bradley Cooper? Grimes.
Oh no, she's too young.
Fucking.
It's got to be an older.
Sean Marshall, Cat Power.
She doesn't want to hang out with you.
What? She hung out with Lana Del Rey.
No, fair point.
Yeah. Maybe it could be Lana Del Rey. I think she's younger than me, though. It gotta be older, man. Yeah, I'm Sean Marshall from Cat Power, or who is Cat Power. Who else is cool? Poison Ivy from The Cramps. She could do it. Kelly from Block Party, the handsome black man from Block Party, the lead singer. He could be my mentor. I always had a little bit of crush on him, so works for me. I'm gay for Pele. Also, just because it'd be fun.
Meanwhile, in Police Story, Jackie Chan's getting his partner beat up.
Yeah, he calls him in to be...
He's like, you gotta trick her into wanting protection.
When he first attacks her before the mask comes off, and he's like over-exaggerating it and like goofily missing, I was like, what's happening here?
What the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah, I love like the moves he's doing though. He's like straight up like...
Yeah, it's some really good physical...
cannonballing into the air and like trying to stab her. Yeah, it's really good physical comedy.
Yeah, again, surprisingly good physical comedy.
But yeah, it does turn out it's one of the other cops, Jackie's friends.
Yeah, as soon as the mask was like, hey, wait, it's one of the cops. What are they trying to pull here?
So it's Jackie's master plan to get her to take it seriously. Some fucking great choreography, physical work again. She like knocks him out by dropping pots on him, bonking him on the head essentially. And Jackie Chan's basically like puppeteering him.
He's weakening and burning.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. Like when he bites the mask to like keep his head up, it's really fucking good. And then she's about to kill him, and he's like, "No."
We gotta keep him alive.
Yeah, which is funny because she has that huge like small.
Okay, he's unconscious. Look, let's make sure. Let's smash his brains.
Let's fucking kill him.
Let's fucking bring him.
I mean, like if you were scared for your life, you probably wouldn't be thinking, but that's like, yeah, I'm legit gonna kill someone right now. But you know the hustle is real. Jackie gets her tricked out. He gets her to wear his jacket. You know, like they're going steady, and she's like, "Take my car," and she's like right behind him because she's scared now, even though it's just a goofy cop.
And then he runs over a child.
Yeah,
She's not paying attention.
It was her fault. Right? He tries to blame her for it. He's like, "Who told you to talk?" Something like
Whether it be seen or not.
yeah. It's not really a baby though.
Thankfully.
But yeah, like would have been a different movie if that's what happened. Yeah,
End of the movie,
yeah.
right?
So this is the
hours Jackie Chan in prison.
this is the real assassination attempt. Because earlier Chu said, "Oh, we'll have to kill her. Get me." What did he say, Danny or Tommy?
Danny.
It was like, man, wouldn't it be weird if, like, all of a sudden it's like an IRA hit squad? Because you know, like in movies, sometimes like Irish,
Bring in like a
yeah, like the IRA news.
Bring in Danny over.
Yeah.
I'm here to kill you, fellas.
It's,
Oh, your name is Jackie Chan, is it? Oh, I'm Danny O'Brien.
I've got a cousin named Jackie.
I've got a cousin named Jackie. Do you know him?
Not Chan though.
Jackie O'Chan.
Yeah, so that's
What
not.
we should name it.
I guess lots of people are named Danny, but for some reason I was like, wouldn't that be interesting?
When you remake a police story, you can make it
Yeah, it'll be like some old IRA guys.
It'll be like Boondock Saints.
Yeah, or
Fucking
remember
really
in
fun,
Sin City where like there was like the ex-IRA guys that were there and like they just show up in Marvel stories and try to blow them up and stuff. Or
Okay,
like
talking about
fucking
movie.
every crime movie you can think of, they'll randomly just be some group of Irish guys that come in and
I
just
think
like
it's a
shoot everything.
throwback to like the late 1800s, early 1900s, the bootlegging era when there was just a bunch of Irish hitmen running around.
Yeah, I mean even into the 1900s, like there was Irish hitmen and stuff, and fucking Whitey Bulger. What is it? The North Side Gang in Chicago. That was all up until like the fucking 90s, and possibly still exists. I don't know. Anyway, crime's cool. Immigrants love it, and white immigrants too. I'm talking about Irish, Italians, Jews,
They're white.
Polish. Yeah, Jewish people are white. I think. I mean,
Poles.
Ashkenazi, right?
Yeah.
But then there's the Ethiopian Jewish followers.
Aren't Ethiopians Caucasian?
They used to be, right? They used to be part of white North Africa. Man, this race thing, I don't understand it. Who makes up the rules?
And like sometimes the Poles are white, sometimes they're not.
Well, they're not in England right now, but if you're Polish American, you're white.
Right. Oh man, there's some really weird Irish. Who was it?
Oh, Azealia Banks?
No, like in America, talking about Beto O'Rourke and how his name is Robert Franklin Kennedy. I'm like, what fucking weird year is this?
What?
It
So?
was like a Fox conservative pundit was like, oh, with a name like Robert Francis O'Rourke. Like, what the
Yeah, you're right. You can't trust them, huh? Just like Ronald Reagan. Oh, Jesus. People are funny. You know what's interesting is I can see that coming up as like a negative thing if he gets far enough into the... Because like sometimes they'll just try the weirdest shit.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
I think we're careening into the Gilded Age. I hope you guys are happy.
Yeah.
Make America great again.
Jackie Chan wouldn't stand for this. Yes, he would. He loves this shit. He loves this shit.
He's rich now. He'd stand for all kinds of things.
Let's get back to Police Story then. There's a lot of tangents we're going on. This is going to be an interesting edit. I might leave all this stuff in.
I think you
'cause
should.
It's
Okay.
interesting.
It takes too much time to edit these episodes.
It does,
Give the
man.
fans what they want.
Yeah, this is what people need. It's random shit. This is where most of the jokes are at anyways. Kids love jokes. Like Pootie Pie.
That is the joke.
This fight
That's what you
scene...
mean to that?
Yeah. The fucking Swedish meatball. You Swedish meatball, you son of a bitch. I'm not saying he encourages alt-right mentality, but
I am
he...
fucking straight up saying he encourages all-right mentality. I'll say it. Fuck
Oh
you.
yeah, he did have Ben Shapiro on, and like, yeah, he legitimizes that shit for sure. The dumb Swedish fuck. If I see him on the streets, I'd probably break him in half. He seems like a little fella.
Why do you always get so violent?
I don't know. I'm just like real aggressive lately about
I'm just real sick of everybody's shit.
Yeah, I'm just like real tired of all this bullshit. Like fucking for real.
Did you listen to Bill and Ted? Be awesome to each other, you piece of shit, or I'll brain you.
Yeah, like that's it. Like be better, or I'll kill you, goddamn. I want everyone else to have a good, happy life. I don't want anyone else to have to kill or any of this shit. But I'll kill people to get it done. Peace at any cost. That's like there's a Batman villain I think of that who's like he loves peace so much he creates or he commits.
That reminds me of the
Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
He's kind of an autocrat though.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm more like live free or die.
Hard.
This fight scene's amazing.
Oh yeah, with the tubes and shit.
Yeah, they're fight. They got.
I mean, logically, why don't they just shoot the motherfucker? But
I don't think they have guns. I don't think guns are like just
they
lying
had
around
guns to shoot,
in Hong Kong.
have a fight, shoot out with the cops when they're at the shantytown.
Yeah, but that was like their HQ. They can't just be rolling around the streets
And
shooting
they have
Jackie
guns
Chan.
later on. I mean, it's an excuse to have an action sequence.
Oh, okay. Well, suspension of disbelief on my part. I loved it. Yeah, they got fucking bats. They're just trying to bat him. He's jumping all over cars, fucking jumping through windshields to kick a dude. He like pushes the dude and knocks the door off. This is the coolest fucking fight scene of all time until the end.
Yeah.
But like, I was having a great time. And then once again, like, they're fucking really just kicking the shit out of each other and some of this stuff. Because he jumps off of one car and kicks through the broken out windshield of the other car to like get a guy that's attacking Maggie Chung, and like, you can't control your momentum in the air. Like, I know he did his best or whatever, but he kicked that dude in the back.
He's just trying to aim for a spot that doesn't hurt as much.
Yeah, but it is so cool. What the ends the fight though is he gets his gun, or Maggie Chung has the gun and fires it, and everyone's like, "Fuck!"
Don't bring a gun to a kung fu fight.
Unfortunately, that fight could have gone on forever. It could have been the rest of the movie. Luckily, like the last 20 minutes is just a fight scene. Now this is more antics now, like more comedy stuff. They go to his apartment now.
There's like a whole, you forgot it's his birthday.
And he's like, it's May. Oh, it's my birthday, and a surprise birthday party. But he's got Maggie Chung with him, and she's looking real spicy.
She's got some negligee on and his jacket.
Oh my god! And so his girlfriend May is like, this fucking bullshit. Smashes a cake, and everyone clears out real quick. No one's like, look, don't got any questions, or everyone's just like, nah, fuck this shit. So I guess they're all May's friends. Jackie Chan doesn't have friends.
Well, one of them was like a cop from the police force.
Well, he comes in next and smashes a cake in his face anyways. And he's like, I saw May on the way out. So I don't think he was actually there. He was coming late, maybe. And then he just smashed the cake on him because like, he thought it'd be funny.
He's like, I see you got cake on your face.
He's like, happy birthday, you loser.
And there's like another like a little extended comedy bit here with May and Jackie in the shower.
Yes, Jackie takes a shower. May comes back. She's talking to Selena, is Maggie Chung's character's name. Selena, but it's Maggie Chung. And she's like trying to get Jackie to say something nice, but he's being cocky as fuck. And May calls him on the phone, and he not really though, so he can't actually hear her, and he pretends to have a conversation about just being like a
real suave,
a real Chad. Yeah. What the incels would say, what the PewDiePies would say. He's a real Chad.
Are PewDiePie fans incels?
I'm sure a lot of them.
We're talking about shit about PewDiePie.
I'm sure they are.
So to you PewDiePie fans out there,
I'm sure a wide swath of them are because they're teenagers.
But I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. So they're technically involuntarily celibate just because they haven't had sex yet, but they're not like incels themselves. Man, dude's got like 80 million subscribers, so he's got all sorts of people that are his followers. If you think about him, who knows who's following PewDiePie? I'm not subscribed. I never thought he was that interesting. And like, I'm not one of those people who hates on cool people playing video games and making jokes or whatever. Like, that's cool. It's just PewDiePie's annoying as fuck. And he likes Ben Shapiro.
I've watched maybe like 10 minutes in total, PewDiePie.
Yeah.
So I didn't like him, obviously. But
yeah, and then...
I should give him more chances, but I don't feel like I should.
I don't know.
I really don't like Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, well, also he had a heated gamer moment one time where he used the N-word.
Oh. Fuck him.
No, he was just having a heated gamer moment. You know, like when you're playing video games and you get angry that you get killed, and so you just say racial slurs. You haven't done that? We were playing.
You fucking Mick, you dirty Irish bastard.
You have ever been playing Mortal Kombat 2 as a child with your black friends? When someone beats you and you're reptile because you were good as reptile, but someone beats you while you're reptile, you weren't just like, God damn it, you N-word. No, it didn't happen.
I don't know.
Even as a child, huh?
I don't remember that.
Interesting.
N-words don't just slip out, guys.
Unless you're pretty comfortable saying it. Anyways, Jackie Chan would never say it. I feel like Jackie Chan probably would say it.
Yeah, he's Asian. He doesn't
Does he? Do they make a joke about that in Rush Hour, or do they not take it that far? I can't remember.
I don't think they make a joke about it in Rush Hour. Maybe Rush Hour 2.
Yeah, let's get as far as we can with this racial shit. Yeah, directed by what was that? He's a studio hack. They brought him in to do X-Men 3.
Oh, shit.
I forget. Whatever. He sucks. He's useless. Bryan Singer's a pedophile though, so all the X-Men movies are trash now.
Even the good ones.
Mm-hmm. There's only like 3 of those. Actually, there's 0 of them now.
That's right. Way to correct yourself.
I'm looking forward to MCU maybe saving the day on that shit because I like the X-Men a lot. But they got to get me to direct them, and I'm not listening to any of their fucking notes.
Then
they can have like
replace you real quick. Edgar Rice.
Oh damn! I don't even have the cloud of Edgar Wright when they got rid of him. And one time they tried to get rid of James Gunn, but they brought him back because they're like, like, well, I guess we're just not making Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Normally when we veer this far off topic, it's because we didn't like the movie, but actually like Police Story a lot. I just have a lot to say this week. A lot of bottled up emotions and thoughts.
Yeah, we're still at the shower scene.
Well, the fake phone call,
and then it's revealed, and May's like, "Oh!"
And she runs out, and the stunt where she's on her moped trying to go away, and he just grabs her collar and like pulls her off. For some reason, that was really funny to me.
You're like, abuse.
Yeah, well, it's just I mean, for a second, it was shocking. It was just like, but then it's like played as an accident, which it was kind of. And then also, I know the actress who's in the scene is part of Jackie Chan's stunt team, so it's cool that she gets to do like a little stunt work. And so I was just like, oh, this is fun. And then yeah, it just looked really good. She just gets pulled off, and her shoes come off.
I like her like crazy antics. She
yeah, and she can't control the moped.
She's like, oh, it's up in the air.
Yeah, it's so cool. Oh, and she does more stunts later on too. At the end, mostly just gets kicked downstairs. More abuse, but it's cool that she gets to like do her job and stuff on film. Yeah, and so he goes back now, and Maggie Cheung's like doing a weird flirt with him because she noticed the picture on the wall had his cop buddy in it who tried to kill her.
Oh man, that murderer was a cop.
Yeah, so
being bamboozled.
Yeah, so now she's gonna toy with him in
sexual fashion.
Yeah, she like almost breaks his cactus. She causes him spill orange. Oh, they say orange juice in the version I watched, but it looks like orange soda because it's straight up orange.
The dub is orange juice as well.
They got all weird orange juice in China. I'll tell you that. In Hong Kong. Yeah. Got milk tea. Got some orange drink. It didn't even look like Sunny Delight, which is normally what your orange drink is Sunny D. Or Kool-Aid. But no one likes orange Kool-Aid, I don't think.
I've never seen anybody make orange Kool-Aid.
No, it seems weird. The best flavors, cherry, blue raspberry lemonade, which came along later.
Wild cherry.
All
the cherries.
Kiwi melon or whatever, the green one.
Isn't it kiwi strawberry?
Oh, maybe it's kiwi strawberry. This is our new podcast where we rate Kool-Aid flavors. Kool-Aid, it's not just for black people, it's for all poor people. And Jackie Chan knows the business because she asked for orange juice, and he's probably like doesn't have orange juice, so he's like, let me whip up some orange Kool-Aid real quick. She'll never know. It's like, yeah, it's the kind without pulp. She's like, oh, I'm tired, let's go to bed. And where can I sleep? And he's like, my bed.
He's like, where are you gonna sleep? He's like, next to
you. And she's like, ooh, I'm into that. Psych! And then she just like storms off and goes to bed. And Jackie Chan falls asleep like he's drunk.
And he wakes up the next morning and his alarms haven't gone off.
Yeah, but he's getting a phone call.
Weird. He's late for something.
Yeah, like he was drunk. He was late for court.
He's got to bring the witness.
Mm-hmm. But she's
escaped.
She's not there. She flew away in the evening. She took flight.
I like how he doesn't think to check the cassette as he goes to the trial.
Yeah, to make sure there's actually anything on it.
It seems real weird that she fled in the middle of the night, doesn't it?
Sure does.
But then we get Japanese court.
Chinese. Hong Kong.
Hong Kong court. Sorry, I'm being racist.
Hong Kong court.
I like that they have wigs because they're still under the British rule at this point.
Yeah, and then I have a feeling like there's just like you see in India and the Philippines and a lot of these imperial conquered places, a lot of their legal system and weird shit still has remnants of stupid British bullshit. Like, so they might even still wear the dumb wigs now.
Those fucking wigs.
Yeah, that's true. We started off with them though, but that was just because it was styling at the time, right?
Yeah, styling profile.
Styling with your powdered wig, owning slaves. Not William Buchanan though, right? He used to buy slaves just to free them.
T-Pain freed his one and only slave when he wrote Common Sense.
Oh, Thomas Paine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original T-Pain.
The original T-Pain. Alright. That's pretty funny. Yeah, so, their lawyer, they trying to make him seem like Mr. Chung, the lawyer, for the bad guys, is like the best lawyer of all time. But he's just like throwing bullshit. He's like, well, you couldn't have seen. Yeah, you couldn't have seen the whole bus because you can't see in like 8 dimensions, can you?
Hong Kong court has trouble dealing with logic, so let me just throw some really terrible logical fallacies at you.
Yeah, he's just asking crazy questions.
How many buses were on the road?
Well, guess what? There are 88 buses pass through there every 5 minutes.
That road has been filled with nothing but buses.
I like Jackie's response, though. He's like, "You've never waited half an hour for a bus?"
The man tried to bribe me when I arrested him. They tried to kick me out.
Yeah. It's because you strong-arm robberied him.
But
I'm a cop. I told him I was a cop.
Well, perhaps he didn't believe you. Anybody can say they're a cop and show a cop badge.
Yeah, technically, though...
Ted Bundy did it.
Well, from what we see, since they don't have Selena or the recording, it is kind of like... they didn't really prove anything beyond a reasonable doubt. I don't trust cops, so like if I was in the jury, I would have been like...
Well, we don't know. I don't know the Hong Kong or British style court system.
Legal system, yeah.
Do they have jurors for this kind of trial?
I don't
know. The other thing too is I don't know. Like the burden of proof isn't necessarily beyond a reasonable doubt for every crime.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
What other crimes do you not have to have a reasonable doubt on? Money grubbing.
Yeah.
Stealing pies off of windowsills. What is some serious crime?
There's something that they should have thrown in Crybaby that they didn't.
Oh yeah, they're stealing pies off windowsills. That'd be pretty good. Windowsills. Yeah, so things don't go too well for the team. Jackie Chan really fucked up. His superiors don't.
I gotta feel like his superiors fucked up real bad too if their entire case hinged on this one witness.
Yeah, well, they're also like not super as upset as at him as you would think. So they're probably like, man, we fucking blew it.
Fucking super cop.
Yeah. Selena's gone off into hiding. I guess Chu's not gonna kill her anymore because he just puts her in a safe house.
No, he's like, I better kill her.
Oh yeah, he's got set her up in a safe house. She's calling him, seems okay, but he's like, yeah, I should probably kill her. And Detective Man, another cop, is also in cahoots. He's in cahoots. Yeah, he wants to start a small business, and I like the line where he's like, we already paid him. And he's like, yeah, he wants to start a small business. What does that mean? He wants more money.
In the dub, it's because he wants to retire. He wants a special bonus for it because he's retiring.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think it's funnier than... Well, I'd have to watch it.
Yours is funnier, that's
I think that's... Yeah, he's starting a small business.
He's looking for a small business loan.
What does that mean? He wants more money. Hey, yeah, is it Detective Man? No, he has a Lieutenant Man, Sergeant Man. I don't know what his title is.
I wrote it down in my notes, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Ming, I think it's Sergeant Ming.
No, it's Man. Well, it is in this sub.
In my notes, it's Sergeant. Actually, right now, it's Sergeant Ming in my notes.
Oh, well, he's the handsome guy.
Liquidate Chan.
Yeah, he's the handsome guy that was in the shootout in the beginning. Not the pee-pee pants, though. The other handsome guy.
The one that peed his pants.
Mm-hmm. But he didn't pee his pants on the screen.
He just does it for fun
yeah,
pleasure.
Yeah, he's like Miles Davis. Or I guess that kind of works.
I mean, like
yeah,
man. I don't know.
Peeing your pants is cool. Consider me Miles Davis. Bitches, bro. Yeah. So I mean, that's kind of all that's going on right now. They're like, well, we got to find a way to get you, right? We got to figure this shit out. Like, what are we gonna do? This man is just keep escaping authority. Which is just like, this is usually what organized criminals do anyways, just kind of escape authority a lot.
Yeah, but he's very brazen in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, also, at this point, like, if it was real life, he probably would have, like, rolled over and became an informant. That's how they usually stay free for so long.
Yeah, turn on somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Or in some raid, he would have been shot by the cops because they're like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, I'm tired of it. Yeah, so Jackie Chan's like, well, all we can do, and I guess his superiors are kind of like, yeah, all we can do is get Selena, right? We gotta find her. Because we need that evidence. And Chu's like, you know what? They're probably gonna go after Selena again. We should kill her. And then, so big confrontation happens. Jackie Chan hunts her down using his friend.
Well, wait, there's some shit we gotta go through first here.
Okay.
Because there's a point where he steps in some cow poop, he does a little dance.
Oh, yeah, he's moonwalking and stuff.
He's gonna arrest some bovines.
Well, yeah.
There's a fucking whole comedy scene in the police station.
Oh, yeah, the phones and stuff.
The phones,
yeah.
like, in the sub, is there someone calling about rape?
It seems like it.
It is straight up like, I've been raped, I'm ready to report a rape. And he's like, hold on a minute, I'll get somebody on the phone.
I'll get SVU. I'm calling Stabler and
then like, someone else is like, my husband is beating me. He's like, oh, you need home help, hold on.
Oh, yeah, so the domestic abuse one is like...
And then the rape woman at one point in the dub is like, when was the rape? More than a year ago. Well, why are you waiting so long to report it?
That's such a tasteless joke, but... I mean, I just like, yeah, that sounds like a Jackie Chan movie.
He's just, like, I get the worst impression from these cops.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I mean, is they're kind of bumbling all the time. Because even the cops are like, alright, see you later, I'm going to lunch or whatever, you take care of this.
Yeah.
In the sub, so he's got...
take a shit.
He's,
He walks out with 20 stacks of newspaper.
Yeah, so in the sub, the domestic abuse one's really obvious, and then May is on one of the other lines.
Right.
And then the other one, like... I don't think it's explicitly rape. It's just kind of like... It is. Yeah, but they're not just like, I got raped! Yeah, and then so he's juggling the phones. He's like, tuck him in his shirt.
And then she's like, fuck it.
Yeah. Well, he accidentally says some weird shit to May that he meant to say to someone else.
The person that was getting beat by their husband.
Yeah. And then May hangs up and he's like, fuck it. Because he's just having a lot of troubles with the old ball and chain this week.
There's better one. Even in the 80s, this should better way to write this joke.
I'm going to say... It might be cultural differences.
Well, I'm sure, but still.
Yeah. But, I don't know, you probably could have these jokes in fucking Police Academy in the 80s. Just have Steve Guttenberg doing it. Good old Steve Guttenberg. Yeah. And the guy that does sound effects.
Carl Weathers.
Yeah, I don't remember. But, yeah, he was good at sound effects. And Hightower was tall. Tackleberry was a doofus. The instructor had big boobs. That was a big gag in all the movies. Yep. She had big boobs. And she was tough. Man, let's watch. Let's watch Police Academy next. Perfect. Man, sometimes inspiration will just hit you just like that, you know. It's just like Bukowski said, and then had on his tombstone. He said, "Don't try. You just gotta wait for inspiration to come to you. You get these big ideas, and that's what it means to be an artist like me, the greatest content creator of all time, Kyle D. Pie." What happens next? I don't think I've been going straight off the top.
You have your notes.
I don't have my notes with me.
At this point, he basically hunts down May. He's got an informant, and he bursts into the building. Mm-hmm. He's like, "We gotta get you out of here. You're all tied up for some reason."
Yeah, even though they were gonna kill her, but they're not. And then it turns out it's a really convoluted scheme.
And then another really convoluted scheme.
Yeah, to kill a man with Jackie Chan's gun.
And then kill May, I think, with the gun, too.
Yeah, but, not kill Jackie Chan, because then he'll just get arrested.
Frame him? I assume they're just going to frame him.
Yeah, and I guess that would, since he's, the PR cop right now, that'll make the cops look really stupid, right?
Yes.
Because their hero cop is actually, dingleberry.
Still a dumb plan.
Yeah, especially because they're real fucking slow about it. Mm-hmm. They're like, well, actually, we're taking this gun.
And let me explain it
and
to you.
This
is
gun.
A triple cross.
All right, now it's time for our master plan. And
we save some money because we don't have to pay you your bonus anymore because you're going to be dead.
Yeah, they do shoot him twice. And like I said, they take a long enough time between taking any action that Jackie Chan throws his staggering corpse in the other guys, grabs May, and runs off.
Yeah.
Because they're just... What? You think they would have just been like, all right, pop, 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 you know? Like,
real execution stuff.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as they have him, they should have been like, get down on your knees.
Yeah. Jackie Chan, sorry. Shoot him in the kneecap at least.
Yeah. I don't want to get kicked again.
I'm tired of these mega kicks. They make it to the roof and
he jumps into the swimming pool.
Yeah, big stunt, but it's not actually Maggie Chung. I checked.
Oh, darn.
I guess it could be dangerous, but I feel like I've jumped off of that height into a pool.
That doesn't make it not dangerous.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm a stunt man. I'm the equivalent of a stunt woman.
I don't think so.
No, they're way tougher than I am.
It also seems to me like no one goes and chases down May because it seems like
I think they're
really easy to catch.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna be sopping wet in like that giant sweatsuit, so she's gonna be struggling to run. But they do get Jackie Chan and they chloroform him, I guess.
Mm-hmm. They go to sleep.
They seem to be. It's a little bit accurate where they're like, all right, that's enough, because chloroform, how it works in real life is, it'll knock someone out, but you have to kind of keep it there to keep them knocked out, and if you do it too long, they'll die. So at least they're aware of that. Then they just drop him off Old Boy style. I feel like this must have been inspiration for Old Boy, where like, he's in a suitcase in the middle of the field, but then yeah. And he's like, I don't know where the fuck I'm at. I'll call May.
He wakes up and he's like, oh shit, I've been framed.
Well, not, I'll call May. They fucking framed me. And if he wanted to just go on the run, well, I guess, so he turns himself into the cops.
I guess he's hoping that they'll help him.
Yeah.
Instead of charge him with murder.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets there and they're like, nah, man.
We gotta charge you with murder. We gotta charge you with murder.
I'm like, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but I'm like not great at my job. I'm just really concerned about keeping it and getting a promotion. So if you just wanna go sit in a prison cell until we charge you with murder, that'd be great.
And the old triangle went jingle jangle along the banks of the Royal Canal.
And so
he's like, fuck that.
Sergeant Detective Jackie Chan's like, nope.
He captures Dorky Man, Chief Dork. Yeah, he's I got a hostage. Don't fuck with me. He's swinging that kid around.
But meanwhile, his lieutenant, his sergeant, the entire time is like, nobody shoot him. We just gotta let him go.
Yeah. And as he escapes, he's like, I wouldn't have actually shot you. And he's like, I know, but at least this is the only way I can help you. So it's kind of like, all right, yeah. The cops always protect each other, huh?
Yeah, it's that thin blue line.
Mm-hmm. That's yeah. In this movie, though, it's presented as like a heartwarming moment, like
sort of, but at the same time, like if the chief really legitimately believes that he wasn't the murderer, then maybe don't charge him with murder. Hold off. You could probably delay it and just say he's missing still, right? Mm-hmm. Cops do shady shit all the time to protect each other. Yeah,
not this guy though. He's by the book, but not by the book. He was probably just like, listen, man, I shit my pants. It's all cool what you want to do. I need to go home. Wait, I'll be real honest with you right now.
See my wife and have dinner.
It's a fucking mess.
When you said that, I found myself in our loudness and no, there's just some cows outside.
So yeah, Jackie Chan's like, fucking, this is it. It's the revenge tour. He's gonna get to the bottom of this shit. And at the same time, Selena is
hacking.
She's hacking into the mainframe.
To the accurate 80s computer screens. Mm-hmm. Amazing
stuff. She's getting secret details from Chu's compooper at the mall. He's got like a secret office at the mall.
As most 80s bad guys do.
Yeah, I think it's just because they're like, this will be a good place to shoot. Mm-hmm. But it's just funny.
It's just a fun place to have their final fight.
Mm-hmm. I actually really like the Hong Kong style in the 80s. This is something interesting about it, where it is like obviously heavily Western inspired, but like slightly different.
Yeah.
It's interesting to think about.
It also has like a grime to it.
Mm-hmm. 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 A little bit more urbane.
Carl Urban?
Carl Urban. Urban. He is Aomir and Judge Dredd. Star Trek.
Yeah, he's Dr.
Bones McCoy.
McCoy, thank you.
Yeah. Hey, it's St. Patrick's Day, alright? Get it together. Do you know John Ford was Irish? His name was actually John Francis Feeney. The most famous director. One of the most famous directors of all time. Cutting edge. He did The Searchers. He did A Quiet Man. He did all these stuffs in the 50s and 60s. He was an Irishman. Goddamn Irishman. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Jackie Chan is also Irish.
Very Irish. Jackie.
Yeah, so she's got a briefcase with data.
I like to think it's full of a bunch of 5.5 floppy disks.
Or like the old printer paper where you had the...
Well, they did show her have the printer paper with a tear off. So it's the matrix printer.
She's got her documents in an attaché. And
I haven't torn off the folds yet.
Yeah, Jackie reconnects with May, and he's like, I'm gonna need your help, I guess.
Yeah. He's like, I'm staking out this mall?
Where? This mall? Like, we'll see. And she's like, want some really good looking fried chicken? They look fucking delicious.
He's like, no. You mind if I do? I'm hungry.
It's like, it's okay if I eat, I'm hungry. And it's like, you gotta ask your man to eat. Yeah. You need to leave that man. You need to leave.
Or do you need to get married?
No, probably not that one. You just have a terrible, loveless marriage. You'll be the one calling in to Jackie Chan about Jackie Chan beating you.
Jackie Chan, of course, is going to hang up on you.
Why didn't you report this sooner?
Click.
Yeah, but so he does see that Chu and the evil booty squad. They don't really say what their gang name is.
Booty Squad.
No, the Booty Squad.
And really, at this point, it's just one extended fight sequence.
Yeah, and it's great. So fucking... apparently on set, when they were filming this, they stopped referring to the movie as Police Story and started calling it Glass Story. Because so much of it is just breaking through glass in this long extended fight scene. But here's some of the highlights. Fucking, this is one of the things I love about Jackie Chan movies specifically, and a lot of martial arts films around this time, is improvised weapons. Like when he used like the clothes rack to like trip someone and like beat him up with it. There's a part where a dude comes in on a motorcycle and Jackie Chan just lays down behind the steps, so he pops over him. Then he kicks him off the motorcycle and runs the dude through like fucking 16 panes of glass on the motorcycle. There's a part where May comes in and like hits a dude in the back with the bat, but first she like goes through a glass case and it's in slow motion.
Jackie Chan likes the visual and auditory effect of glass breaking.
There's a really cool shot where he's in the middle of like a fist fight with one of the dudes. Dude hits him hard enough that his head bounces into glass, and it's shot from the perspective in this case, and you just see Jackie Chan's head go through glass, and he just keeps fighting. It's a really cool fucking fight scene. There's a dude that gets thrown down like an escalator space, like in between escalators. There's a dude that gets like backdropped onto the edge of an escalator, and because they're spinning, they go opposite directions, it kind of like spins them off of it. It's pretty cool. I don't know, this fight scene's great. There's so many cool shit in it. So much cool shit.
And it's all in camera.
All in camera, choreographed. You can see mistakes once in a while, but it just makes the fight scene more realistic. I actually cared about everything that was going on in scene. This is a big thing. I think it's important for you to see the punch thrown and the punch to land in the same shot. I think it makes action way more exciting. Plus, they're doing kicks. They're really kicking the shit out of each other.
And they're throwing people off of like the third stories and the gazebos and shit. It's just great. It's everything you love about the Jackie Chan movie.
Yeah, it's fucking... why don't they make action movies like this anymore?
I will say about that, when we get the chance to do our spiritual sequel to The Last Dragon, The Shogun of Harlem, this is how our action's going to work.
Hell yeah. I guess it's more dangerous or whatever, but it's so much more interesting to watch than a Thanos ball chin versus CGI Chris Hemsworth riding on a lightning beam.
I mean, some of that stuff is interesting. The problem with the Marvel's action is just even the shit that is practical isn't shot very well. I will say I really like some of the action sequences in Winter Soldier.
I think the impact of the fighting in Winter Soldier is really cool, and I like they keep it. Yeah, I want to go back and watch the first two Avengers that Joss Whedon directed, because I really feel like I remember them being visually much more interesting than like the latter half of Marvel.
Well,
like there are scenes that I remember that you could almost recreating splash pages from the comics and stuff.
Yeah, they're definitely, especially in the second one. I think he really nailed the visual style. The first one I think suffers a lot because they originally started to try to shoot it in 3D, and they had so much trouble with the 3D cameras. Like Skarsgård and Sam Jackson are like, either we shoot this normally or we fucking walk. And so that's why I think the Avengers one is like the lighting is really shitty.
Oh, that would make sense, yeah.
Because I think they had to switch their plans for shooting like
real quick. I was even randomly someone was posting, or not randomly, like some Marvel Studios subreddit. Someone was posting like the color palettes of all the films, and like those first movies that got made, like fucking the first Thor and Captain America and stuff, they actually had like fucking color palettes in it. Like, well, I mean, the one thing about the Thor movies, like they just didn't really, they never executed it the way they. Well, it inspired me to go look at a series of screens from the first Thor, because Kenneth Branagh directed it, so you'd think it'd be somewhat interesting, and it actually is visually appealing. I remember seeing it in theaters, not thinking it was a very good movie. But comparing it to, yeah, but comparing it visually to like other Marvel movies, I was like, oh, this is like, there's actually dynamic lighting in this scene. It's not just totally flat. Like the color, there's a color palette to the entire movie. Yeah, I mean, visually it's very interesting. I just don't like the stories aren't great. Like, I don't know, they were trying. Tony Stark has that line about Shakespeare in the Park, and it kind of feels that's what the Thor movies are, is like Shakespeare. Oh, the first one for sure, because Kenneth Branagh loves Shakespeare in the Park, specifically. Or at the Royal Theatre. Yeah, it's not a good movie. Well, that's the thing, is I can complain about the storytelling aspects of Marvel movies, too, and how they're not ever that good either. There's no weight to anything. But, man, fucking at least, like, make it look cooler. The Russo brothers, like, can't direct. Let's have the final fight of Civil War be at a airport. Well, it's concrete everywhere. That wasn't really the final fight, though, is it? The final fight is Iron Man, Captain America, and Bucky. Yeah. Alright, well, so the big set piece, the big action set, it's the parking lot. And then they just run at each other. But, I mean, like, if you look, the Doctor Strange fight in the Doctor Strange movie is not very interesting at all. I've actually never watched Doctor Strange. Yeah, I had no desire to watch it. The Russo brothers did a way better job with Doctor Strange in Infinity War. Or the special effects team did. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. Well, I assume they scripted it at least. Yeah. Yeah, alright, well, fucking, luckily in Police Story we don't have any of these goddamn problems. It's just real boys being dudes, being men, kicking each other and hurting each other and shit. Yeah. And Jackie Chan this is like his first like big all over the news stunt, is when he jumps down that pole and like all the lights are popping. Well, yeah, because they were only going to do one take of it, so they have two cameras, two angles set up. So use both. Yeah, but apparently, he like suffered like 3rd-degree burns on his hands from like all the lights and shit. You think that's something I would have looked at? Like maybe wrap his hands. No one's gonna know this. Yeah, but he's Jackie Chan. He don't give a shit. Oh, that's another problem with action films now as well. Is they don't like spend the time training the actors really to fight or doing choreography. Just cut it together. Yeah, and I mean, I guess like it was always goofy when an action movies kind of anyways if it wasn't just gun stuff. But I'm fucking... They make boxing movies that have amazing fight choreography.
Well, some boxing movies do.
Well, I mean the Rocky series. Raging Bull.
Yeah. Cinderella Man had pretty good.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal's...
oh, yeah.
And even Tom Hardy and Joel Edgerton are in Warrior, the one that's more about MMA. Like, that has, like, legit choreography in it. You know what I mean? Like, so you can get actors to fucking fight, but not Captain America.
Spend the time or money to do it.
Yeah. Not Captain America, man. He just shield to a CGI monster. But Civil War, like you said, there is some good fight choreography, like in the elevator and stuff. But, shit looks like concrete. They go from gray elevator to gray office space to gray tarmac to gray Nick Fury's office.
Well, I'd like to believe that Nick Fury is colorblind as well. Mm-hmm.
We're seeing the movie, seeing most of the Marvel movies from his perspective.
I do like how Jackie Chan just beats the shit out of everybody at the end.
Yeah, he's just like,
the lawyer's there. He's like, I'm gonna punch the shit out of this lawyer. I'm just gonna go crazy on this guy's stomach.
Yeah, on Mr. Chu. I was like, when we remake this movie, he's gonna do that same like stomach beating thing.
He's gonna vomit.
Yes,
right? Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna be, his stomach's gonna hurt so bad he just throws up.
That's what my he needed to vomit right there, and that would have been the end of the
movie. And they already showed like Pee Pee Pants guy like do a little vomitus, But yeah, that's Police Story. And it really it straight up ends after he just beats the shit out of him. He's like, and then cut. And then you get to see all the outtakes of Chan directing in his underwear a lot. He's straight up just wearing his underwear on set most of the time.
I imagine.
Yeah. Well, Hong Kong is kind of semi-tropical, right? Mm-hmm. It's like a sweaty place.
It's just because of all the people.
But I loved it. I just want to watch more kung fu movies now. I want the film industry to completely change and cater to my tastes only instead of catering to a broad spectrum of people. That's the thing, is I can't shit on Marvel movies that much. Like, everyone loves them, and not to say that makes them a good movie, but Marvel is good about making movies that like can appeal to a wide swath of people. Which isn't necessarily a good thing, because I don't trust Disney, but whatever, they're capable of doing it. And if people only made movies that I was gonna like, no one would be making any fucking money. So it's a really unreasonable request to make.
Is it?
It is. And my complaints are more just to not like, oh, Marvel needs to stop making movies, this is bullshit, they shouldn't be allowed to. No, anyone can make whatever they want, but I just like our listeners to know, if you're like a straight up Marvel fanboy or whatever, like they're not good movies. They're okay, they're fine.
I mean, like, I don't know, I have to categorize them. They're blockbuster movies, so
yeah.
I just treat them like I would Jurassic Park, and they're definitely fucking better than Jurassic World too.
Yes, absolutely. Both Jurassic World movies are pretty bad. The Lost Fallen Kingdom, that one was goth. I can't believe that the editing in that movie is so insane to me.
So bad, right?
Like, this is a major studio edited this movie. I do not get it. I can't believe that. Yep, this is our final product, but you're all fucking fired. Yeah, that's wild.
To me, it's like they watched the second Jurassic Park, the Lost World, and they're like, oh, we can do worse than that.
No sweat. Yeah. Well, so yeah, at least Marvel's not that bad. And yeah, a lot of Disney movies or DC movies suck. So
yeah, I still haven't seen Aquaman. People loved it, I guess, but I can't imagine it was good.
It looks cool, but it also looks like a CGI mess when they're underwater. It's like almost 3 hours long. Suicide
Squad looked cool in the trailers, though, but that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, that's because the trailer cutting company cut a cool trailer, and David Ayer just makes, like, grimy from the streets movies, Yeah. Yeah. Or a tank movie that's grimy from the streets about World War II. These tough guys in World War II.
But next time, we're not watching any tough guys.
No, we're
watching... Except for the Goot.
Steve Gutenberg. We'll be watching Police Academy, the greatest polices of ever. The first one doesn't have Bobcat in it, does it? Only he shows up.
Yeah, he's the bad guy in the first one.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the skate gang, right? Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah. Alright. Yeah, Police Academy is gonna be dope. I might even just watch it tonight. It sounds so fun.
I'm gonna watch them all. Except for the one where we go to Miami.
They could have done a Police Academy Weekend at Bernie's crossover.
You sure could have. Investigating Bernie's murder.
He's not dead, he's right here. Alright, that's been Space Force. Sorry for all the random tangents. I'm probably keeping them in because I am getting tired of editing.
Yeah, don't.
Because a lot of it's like not important edits anyways.
Just edit out any pauses we have and call it a fucking day.
Hell yeah. Alright, so enjoy it. There'll be more jokes then, in that case. More irreverent humor, which I think that's what the kids like anyways. That's why they like the McElroy brothers. We're going to replace them as the new Mick brothers.
We're, I don't want to. I don't want to give advice to anybody about any... That's what their main show is, right?
Well, they don't... It's not actually giving advice.
Well, I know that, I'm sure, but...
It's just riffing on people's questions, really. Yeah, you should. It's funny enough to listen to once in a while.
I got my own shit to do.
That's true. Yeah, I don't really listen to much other podcasts. Because Space Force is the only one that matters. Space Force, McVenture Productions.
Space Force, and Space Force.
You go to McVentureProductions.com. You can give us some money so we can keep providing you with this most extreme content.
Yeah, there's extra stuff too. There's bonus episodes if you subscribe to our Patreon. Check it out.
Oh yeah, like Dungeons and Dragons. I wanted to do a St. Patrick's Day episode where we watch Black 47, but it'll happen, whatever. Watch it on my birthday. That's another special National Irish holiday, July 7th. So check it out. Follow Sean on Twitter. I'm definitely gonna get one. I'm gonna do it today once I'm done with this. And it's gonna be great. And then Sean streams on Twitch.
Yeah, I didn't stream last week because I was sick and the kids have been home from spring break.
Spring break.
It's been a week since I played Resident Evil 0. I forgot where I'm at. It's gonna be fun trying to figure it out.
Hell yeah! What's the Twitch? McVenture Productions, right?
Yeah, so everything's McVenture Productions.
Yeah,
except for my Twitter, it's at Sean McDonald.
I'm starting streaming on Twitch too, Friday nights.
Kyle versus the internet.
Yeah, 9 o'clock. Pacific Standard Time. Probably like 9. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing exactly, but I'm trying to get some people to show up in the chat. I'm gonna do weird stuff on the internet. It'll be cool. I don't want to be one of those guys, but we might look through some Reddit subreddits that I think are ridiculous and kind of clown on them. Check out WikiFeet.
I wasn't one of those guys, but I'm gonna be one of those guys.
Some movie details. That subreddit is so fucking dumb. So dumb, man. Did you know
about the Red and the Sixth Sense?
No, I saw the best one the other day. Someone was like, in Enter the Spider-Verse, when Gwen Stacy finds her Peter Parker, you can see the remnants of scales. That's because this Peter Parker is a lizard in her universe. And it's like...
They fucking showed you
So
that.
You didn't see that scene right beforehand where the silhouette was a giant lizard that she was fighting. So you're right, man. This is really hard to catch movie detail. You may not have noticed this, but Miles Morales, the new Spider-Man, he was biracial. Holy shit, though. That movie's so good.
We should watch that for the bonus episode.
Yeah, we will. I fucking love the Prowler's theme.
Oh, it was really good. Alright, well, we'll talk about that for the bonus episode.
Alright. Anyway, Space Force, thanks for listening. Have a good life. Have a good weekend. McVentureProductions.com. We need money.